1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals D. So we're going to figure out what D equals in this equation. So if we have 1/3 written down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, that all that means is that, and because our denominator is the same, because we have 3 on the bottom, the denominator is the bottom number, because we have the same bottom number, the same denominator on all of them, it's actually quite easy. All you have to do is add the top number for all these. So you add 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which equals 5, and then your denominator stays the same over 3. But since the top number is bigger than the bottom number, 5 is bigger than 3 here, that means this is an improper fraction. And so most of the time, you can't leave your answer in an improper fraction. Most of the time, directions will ask you to simplify it. But first, before we move on, I want to just make sure you guys know how we got D equals 5/3. D equals 5/3 because the bottom number, the denominator is 3 all the way around on all of them. So all we had to do was add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5/3, okay? So we'll take our 5/3, move it from an improper fraction to a mixed number. So the way you do that is, what I think a lot of times students, they feel a little scared when they see fractions, but really fractions are just division. When you have 5 over 3 like this, that really just means 5 divided by 3. And so we'll do partial quotients down here. We'll do 5 divided by 3. So 5 times 1 will give me, 3 divided by 5, I apologize. Other way around. Because you want to put the top number, the bigger number, inside the fraction. So 3 divided by 5. Okay. So 3 times 1 will give me 3. That's 2. And then my answer here is 1 2/3. Because the remainder is 2, that becomes the numerator, and your denominator stays the same. See how that's still 3 over here and it's 3 over here? Okay, so now 5/3 also the same as 1 2/3. Okay, and that's a mixed number because we're mixing fractions with whole numbers. See, we have a whole number here and a fraction. Okay, and I'm going to show you 1 2/3, how to double check that your answer was right by using a visual model. So I'm going to create, you can call these fraction strips, you can call these tape diagrams, either way, it's a visual representation to help us. So basically, 5/3 here and 1 2/3, that's the same thing as saying this. So we have 1, 2, 3. So this top box here is 3 over 3. If we're shading in all of these, right? We've shaded in 3 out of our 3 boxes. So really we shaded in one whole box, right? We shaded in the whole box. There's one hole. And then here, I shaded in both of these. These two were originally created when really this box should probably be a little bit longer, huh? There we go. That's a little more accurate. So do you see how I have 2 out of my, what would it be, 3 here? Because really it'd be 1, 2, 3 boxes here. But this third one here is not shaded. So I only have 1, 2 out of my 3 shaded here. So now my fraction here is 1 2/3. So I have 1 whole shaded here. 1 whole shaded here, 1 whole box shaded here. That's this one right here. And then I have 1, 2, or 2 out of my 3 shaded here. See that? And then so that's how 1 2/3 is represented in these boxes. You could represent 5/3 here as well, because look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes shaded out of pieces of a shape that are broken into thirds. That's what the third means there. So all right, this little, I guess, just a little bit neater for you guys out there. So 5/3 is represented here by having 5 total shapes, total spaces shaded in out of something that's broken up into groups of 3. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each of these things is broken up into groups of 3. So that's how 5/3 is represented in this shape here. Okay, I hope that's helpful. If not, leave me some notes in the comments and I'd be happy to make something specifically for you. Thanks.